Yo guys, my name is Phoenix and welcome to a new video. Before I start, I wanted to say sorry because there will be no pack opening video, but I ended up finding 3 legendaries in 64 packs, which means that it wasn't all that interesting, so I decided that it wasn't worth your time. So, I saved a lot of arena tickets lately because I wanted to maximize the number of Starforged Legends packs I could get, and I've been playing a lot of Take 2 lately. I've always loved the mode because it gives underappreciated cards their time to shine, and yesterday I managed to draft a pretty good deck involving Eidolon of Madness. I don't usually draft Havencraft in Arena, so I didn't get the chance to play around much with this card, and I have to admit it surprised me. So much so that I decided to make a video and possibly a new series about good cards that cannot shine because of the meta. So, let's talk about Eidolon of Madness. It's a 5 play points 0/5 follower that cannot be attacked, and at the start of your next turn it evolves itself. Once evolved, it still cannot attack, it still is a 0/5, but at the end of your turn it will destroy all of your amulets. So this card is pretty amazing at snowballing games. The effect lets you play huge followers for a very cheap cost, or even do other stuff like destroying your opponent's followers with cheap amulets, or generate infinite wars with the Dream Rabbits. So this card looks pretty good, but why is it not played deconstructed? Well, first of all, it's weak to removals. You can protect it with cards like Mist Shaman, but it still requires a bit of a setup, and it can still die to random removals like Necroassassin or Tribunal, or to AoE hard removals or polymorphs like Themis or Mutagenic Bolt. And that makes it not good enough against most control decks, but you can argue and say that this card is not that good against aggro decks either, because it's a bit too slow. However, that all changes in Arena, where removals are hard to find, and it's almost impossible to draft a good aggro deck. So I selected 2 replays of my Arena run, in which this card shined and managed to carry me to victory. So let's not waste any time and watch them. So first game, I'm up against Dragoncraft, and I'm going second.
This one's for my family.
Of course I don't like this end, I try to look for 2 drops. And I find a pretty good curve. Of course, we both skip turn 1. And he plays his Dragon Summoner. Here I could decide to play Snake Priestess, but I prefer to go with the 2/2 because it contested better the board. But it dies to Griffon Knight. So I play Sister of Punishment. Just for the 2/3 body. He gets the double trade and I kill one of his followers.
Stay nice and calm, okay?
I play a bit keeping this eyeball and get rid of the 2/2 by evolving.
Clappity clappity.
I didn't want to go behind on board. He removes it with a Serpent Wrath.
Hey, quit.
So here I have a perfect Gravekeeper Sonia, and I decide to save my evolution point.
Be gone.
He kills it with a Beast Rider and an evolved Griffon Knight.
Sad? Not at all.
And here is another very good card, Leader of the White Wing. That puts my Eidolon of Madness.
I will repel
I could trade the 2/2 into the 4/2, but I really wanted to snowball hard on the board, which means I just evolved my 1/3.
no mere duck.
It won't be long.
So he has a pretty good turn here, because he recovers 1 evolution point.
Was I helpful to you?
And my Eidolon of Madness evolves. So of course here I don't have any amulet, but I draw 1 with Uriel and play it right away. I take the trade
But I'm sacred.
and evolve my Uriel to fully clear his board.
Lead to heaven.
So the effect of Eidolon of Madness activates, and I have a 3 play point 6/6, which is pretty damn good.
Time to say goodbye.
So he's forced to play Earthshock Ogre and suicide it on the 6/6. But I'm not done yet. Here I play Uriel.
Light for the world of man.
It draws me Tarnished Grail, so I'm going to have a very good turn next turn. And play my bird-keeping disciple.
Hear the dragons roar.
Dragon Summoner, and Dragon Summoner again.
Dragons roar.
That's not relevant since I have the 2 damage AoE. So he gains another evolution point with Elder Tartoise. And thankfully he decides to kill the 4 attack follower. So I go face of course because my Falcon will die and fully clear his board. But not only that, I also draw immediately 3 Prince of Darkness cards. So even if he has Bahamut, which is like King of Arena, he cannot do much here. I will play my Hamsa, which is a 2 play points 13-2. So that's good meme value there. And proceed to storm his face for 8. So Rust Drake here almost clears the board,
Ready.
but Bahamut will kill the 8-5, else he will just die. But I still have my Damnation, so this game is
You're
won.
a solid fighter.
Next, I'm up against Bloodcraft. And I'm going second again. So in this game,
Prepare for
Eidolon of Madness was not the main carry, but it still helped me out to close out the game. Of course I keep the 2-drop. And I skip my turn 1 because I don't have any 1-drop. He plays his Urius. Beastly Vow here was better than Snake Priestess in my opinion, so I just played that. Trial of Gorgons. Such a pretty good card. I play Sister of Punishment because of the 2-3 body. And of course here he goes face and played Venom from Medusa. So that was a pretty good turn and she had to be removed. Which means that I could not kill the Urius here. Of course I played my 4-drop here. After evolving the Tiger.
No, I didn't lose it. Okay.
And Birkivin Disciple is generally better than Uriel. Better body and does something immediately. So he suicided one snake and plays Scarlet Sabreur, which he will use to kill my 4-3. And keep going face. Here I could play Gravekeeper Sonia or Tenko, but I prefer to gain health immediately. I evolve Tenko and suicide my 2-2 into the 4-2. Then proceed to kill Urius. Baphomet here. And Spiderweb Imp. Oh, also Garletto, Devil of Love. So, since he couldn't kill my Tenko, I will heal for a lot here. I play my Uriel. And my Snake Priestess. Evolve Uriel to kill the 1-4.
My flames lead to heaven.
Suicide my 2-1 into the 2-2. And then kill the 2-1 with the 6-6. Plays Squall Lancer, which can clear 2 of his followers. And plays Mask of the Black Death. And here I draw my Eidolon of Madness. So I was already ahead on the board, but this will help me with the final push. I remove the mask with a 5 attack.
Please make me your wife.
He plays Gunlord. Eidolon of Madness will evolve. And here of course I will play my 3 point 6-6 and a ward. So looking pretty good for me. So he plays Spiderweb Imp and I have no way to remove it, which means I don't have lethal this turn. So I play Uriel. suicide my 5-4 into the 7-4, and then play Marshaire's Tea Time, which will summon me 2 for 5 thanks to Eidolon of Madness. So look at the snowball the card is giving me. He plays Triad of the Gorgons, but at this point it's just useless and he surrenders. So this will be it for this video. I hope you grew some appreciation for the card, and I hope you will test it out next time you can draft it in Take 2. Or who knows, you can even try to make it work in Constructed. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.